We have a lot to read on today. So we're going to get into the political chat read. I'm just going to finish my prayer in a second. And then, let's see, we have, what do we have left? Okay. What else were we reading? Okay, so anyway, for anyone who is wanting a personal reading, this is the list that you would go through, the menu. If you're on YouTube and you want a personal reading, you're going to have to go to TikTok in order to get one, because I'm not going to bounce between both platforms. Anyway, so we have a lot to read on. So just to let you guys know, I do have a new menu here for readings. And it's a little bit more extensive than it has been in the past. So I do want you to take a look at it. There are different types of reading here. It will help me be very clear on what it is that you're asking, but also too, some of these things are way more involved and invested than you believe they are. Like they really are more involved. As I finally just like accepted last night when yesterday when I did more things. Hey love. So some of the personal readings have been more involved than I don't want to say I had realized. Then I had the boundaries up for or something of that nature. So now if you guys look at my menu here on TikTok, you'll see it's a lot more detailed. Okay. So we have a single yes, no question that'll let me get in, get out with whatever comes up after we marinate on your question. We have a 2-card situation reading. That's where we do the situation and then the challenge to the situation. I'm trying to hold my boundaries, you guys. Then we have a decision clarity. So that's a little bit more involved. And then we have relationship clarity. That's more involved. Some of you guys are coming with these questions that are falsely simple. We'll put it that way. You're bringing questions that are falsely simple. They are way more complicated. They are way more detailed. And I'm finding myself investing more time simply because I know intuitively they are more complex, and that's not fair. So now there is a choice of that, and that's relationship clarity. So we will dive into that a little bit deeper that way. Hey, Peyton. Hey, Moo. Then there's advice clarity, again, deeper. Then there's the in-depth relationship. There's the career clarity choice, because again, that's more involved. Life path clarity, that's more involved. If you want to prepare for 2026, we can look at your astrology. We can do an astrology read where we look at each house. We pull a card for each house in your chart. I don't need to know your special chart. We're just talking about the different houses. And then there is an energy read, which is for your 2026, which we will look at each month. So those two are quite involved and they are there. So if you are looking to those kinds of readings, that's what this menu is all about, is for you to choose the type of reading that you actually want. Okay. Hey, Leah. So this helps me and it helps you. No confusion, absolute clarity. I know what you're asking. I'll know how to deliver, and I'll know what to expect as far as the time and investment in the energy that would be required to answer you. Whew. So that should be fair. I think so. All right. Hello. Okay, so we got some stuff to get into. Man, it's like, I mean, I know flood the zone is like their thing, right? They say flood the zone, flood the zone. This is a strategy. It was brought up by Bannon. It's a really good strategy. It works. It keeps you off guard, but it doesn't feel good. Girl, I am so rested. I rested way more than I should have today. I rested way more than I should have today. I really did. I really, really did. Quick, quick thing. Hold on. I have to put you guys on mute for a second because I got a cough. Mm. All right. So I am streaming live to my YouTube channel platform as well. Just because the downloading is so annoying. When I download from TikTok and try to upload it to YouTube, the 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 TikTok download messes up. It glitches, it repeats, it skips things. So it's been a little frustrating. Like right now, I just downloaded a 9-hour live. So we're trying to simultaneously stream so that at least TikTok, YouTube will have the crux of what we're talking about. Like it won't see our pendulum readings, but it will our cards because I'll hold it up. Okay. So hopefully there are no more questions about that. Hopefully that will solve the problem of having to download because it sucks. It sucks. It takes me so long. And then I lost all my October readings because I didn't download them in time. And hey, life's not real. That means we missed the MTG reading. I don't think it was in November. I think it was at the end of October. The MTG reading where we realized what her purpose was, that she's actually operating in her purpose and helping the Red Hatters start separating themselves from the cult, like those kinds of things. So I didn't download that in time. So hopefully this solves that problem. You know what I mean? Hopefully this solves that problem. So again, for those of you who want a personal read, this list over here in the viewer wishes is very detailed. If you're on YouTube live and you want a personal read, you're gonna have to find it on TikTok. On TikTok, I am Girl Use Your Voice 2, which is TOO, and I'm currently live right now. And I'll probably be live till about 8 o'clock. We'll see how long this goes. All right, I'm ready to get started. There were a couple of things that I wrote down. And of course, it's not in this notebook. And so we're going to try this too. We're going to try doing the board in between readings so that I can give myself a visual of editing in case I still do take it from TikTok. So we'll try that. So as we move to another reading, if I don't remember, please say hold up the board. You know, that way we can get a different, you know, it just makes it easier. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This is the only way, these viewer wishes are the only way I will deal with personal questions because I do political chats and that's what we do over here. I like doing personal readings, but this will help me know how much time and energy will need to be invested into your reading. All right, so let's get into, woo, child. What do we have? All right, so we still had, there's so much going on. It's like, where do we start? Okay. I think we're going to look at Eminem, you know, Mad Eye Moody Mitch. I think we did the oligarchs. We did a really quick reading of the oligarchs. It came out very, very quick. It was like a 4-carter. We did Bradley. We did the nuclear reading. We did Vance. We did, okay, we have Musk to do, Bezos, Murdoch to do. Basically the media hit, what's their intention around that? I think we can do that one. Yeah, we did. I did also hear that Alaska had an earthquake as well, which is very, very interesting. My dream, we're just getting started. So, oh, I'm getting goosebumps already. That dream, oh my God, they're coming in strong. So I got 2 waves of them. The dream. Okay, so first of all, just to answer you, Leah, yes, I'm very rested. I actually slept from the time I got off with you guys until 3 o'clock when my son woke me up. Then I had that 10-minute dream. Then I got up again to feed the kids. And then I fell asleep again. And I didn't wake up again until 10 p.m. Thank God it was Sunday. So my kids ate cereal for dinner. I was not expecting to sleep. I did have a dream in that longer dream. I just don't know if it was political or what it was. Like premonition wise, I don't know. It did involve a shooting. So I'm really hoping it wasn't a premonition dream. It involved a shooting on a campus. Not a high school, but a college. And this was, I won't say scary. I mean, like I was in the dream. So we were hiding and we were running. So, I don't know. I hope that doesn't come true. I hope that's not a premonition. Because if it is to happen, it would be happening very, very soon because they're getting ready to go on holiday break. And I hope that's not a premonition. It was a college shooting. So I hope not. I really hope not. So that was my last dream. But the dream I had in the 10 minutes, that I knew for sure was premonition because I was definitely told, wake up and record this immediately. You don't have time to write it down, right? So I just like got up, I hit record. I was like, I know I look a hot mess, and I sound a hot mess. But in that dream, um, I'm fairly certain it's about 47, fairly certain. It was only in the retelling of the dream while I was on the camera that I was like, wait a second, was that 46? Because I wasn't sure at the end. I was like when I was retelling it. But I'm fairly certain it was 47. So like I said, in that dream, wait, hold on. I'm getting goosebumps. All right, let's do that. Let's figure out who it was. Let's figure out who it was. Okay, we're gonna figure out who it was. Alrighty, so let's do that. Let's figure out who this dream was about. I don't want to ask Nyx right now because the setup is weird. So let's see if we can get it out of the cards. If we can't, then we'll go to Nyx. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do, well, let's see if we can do it in a 2-carder. If we can't, we'll go a little bit further. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do this thing. Okay. Whew, hold on. Let me finish the prayer then, because I gotta make sure it was a little dark, so I gotta make sure the energy is good. Okay, sorry, I had to finish praying. Hey, Andromeda. All right, so we're gonna take a look and try to figure out who my dream was about. Was it about 46 or was it about 47? Because for those people who have not yet seen my video on my channel or on my page, I had a dream that it was done, that the person has crossed over, that it was done. Okay, so but like I said, it was in the retelling of the dream where my confusion started happening of, was that 46 or was that 47? But I'm pretty sure it was 47. So we're going to take a look at that first. So right now I'm trying to get a significator card, a card that will represent 46. Please give me a card that represents 46. Just one card, please. One card that will represent 46. Hello. One card, please. You saw it, Andromeda? Seraphina. Like, what did you pick up? Did you pick up anything about it? What about you, Leah? Did you guys pick up anything? All right, can we get a significator? Do you want me to stick with this deck, or do you want me to go to the other deck? This deck. Okay, good. Significator. 46. Okay. All right, so this is going to be the significator, what's going to represent 46 right now. So 46 is, and that's, oh, health. Duh. I was like, why is that pentacles? Pentacles also mean health. So 46 is currently, I guess, learning his health, learning how to navigate his health. So let's do a reading on him. And then we're going to do a reading on the next one. For 46? You know, I'd be like in my cards, so I don't know. I don't remember. I never remember. Oh, that's great. Okay, so that really did represent him. Oh yeah, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Him and his what do you call it? Executive order, being prepared for the future. Okay. So that is him. He's also got another page for him. I got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Both of these are in the upright. Okay. All right. That makes sense for them to be both his. So we got two pages representing 46. Okay. So we have two pages representing 46. We have the Page of Pentacles. We also have the Page of Swords. So, like I said, that makes sense because Pentacles are about health. Swords are about also mental health, like, you know, the things, your intellectual ability. I'm getting this is about his quick wit. And that is also about the planning that he did. Okay, so since we're talking about his health and we're talking about my dream, all right, so I don't think he's gone. So we have the 6 of Cups. Now, for us, when we did the 47, we were talking about this being about his dementia. So with 46, I don't feel that is representing the same thing. But it is talking about his challenge to himself. Nostalgia, childhood, innocence, generosity. Okay, so the challenge to that was I'll pull a clarifier after I pull the rest of this. I'll pull the clarifier after I pull the rest of this. What kind of... Let's see. Because I want to clarify on that. Yeah, he also had the Knight's cards, I remember. Hello! All right, so his challenge is 6 of Cups. I gotta sit on that for a second. Ooh, is this the past? Yes. Okay, so in the past, okay, we have 2 of Wands in the past. We'll talk about that in a second. And what is the current energy he's in? What is the current energy he's in? Lord, I hope it's not the death card. Oh, yeah. Okay, the current energy he's in is the Six of Wands. Lack of recognition, right? Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's put that in the current energy. Okay. What is he learning? What's the state of his learning? What has he learned? Oh, okay. This is the Minor Arcana death card. It's the Five of Cups. So we're gonna look at that. That's the loss of grief, the disappointment. All right, so what's his outcome? Oops. What's his outcome right now? What's his outcome right now? And then we're gonna dive into the meaning of this reading. I'm just trying to get it out before we spend forever reading. All right, so what is the outcome? What's his outcome? Again, keeping the dream at the forefront. What's his outcome? Was that him? Was that him? What's his outcome? What's his outcome? That's a lot of cards. Can you give me one card, please? What's his outcome? Was that him? Okay. I got the Queen of Swords in reverse for his outcome. That's interesting. Okay. So first, let me get some clarifiers on the Six of Cups, his challenge of the generosity. Oh, that makes so much sense. I got the Knight of Swords in reverse for his clarifier to that. I understand that now. All right. And what about for the Queen of Swords, his outcome? What's the clarifier on that? Naivety. Okay. This is outcome. What's his outcome? I don't understand that. I got the Fool in reverse as a clarifier to the Queen of Swords in reverse, and I don't understand that right now. And then I got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's not good outcomes. Okay, so straight up, just give me a yes, no card. Was a dream about him? Yes, no card. Was a dream about him? Hey, Samaria, I think. Was a dream about him? Oh. Well, I got 2 more pages. I got 2 more pages. Okay. The underlying energy is the moon, and it says no. No, it wasn't about him. One second. Let me see if I can flip the camera for... I don't know how to flip it for YouTube. So you guys are in reverse. Okay. This is not working. He has all 4 pages in this reading. So when I asked if it was about him, I got the Page of Cups, but I got it in reverse. And so while the Page of Cups was a yes card, in reverse, I always take it as a no. And then I also got the Page of Wands in reverse. And that's a maybe card. But again, I'm taking that as a no, especially with underlying being the Moon card, which is a no. 4 pages for a horseman. I will tell you though, this is honestly a very confusing reading for me. It seems like he's sitting in like a lot of regret. Like he's not at peace at all with what's happening. And his role in it, not at all. In fact, the major arcanas are showing up in his outcome, and that's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Fool in reverse. And again, the underlying theme, which was the Moon card. And that's speaking to his subconscious. So he's not at peace at all. However, he's still here. Okay. I mean, he is sick, but it's not the sickness that's the problem for him. Oh gosh, I'm getting so many goosebumps. It's not the sickness that is the problem. All right, let's take a look at this reading. But let's keep in mind when we read it, because I'm being told to keep this part in mind. This is the underlying theme to this reading, and it is the moon card again. And the key words here on the moon card is intuition, mystery, illusion, and subconscious. And I feel like he was under the illusion that it would not get this bad, or that things will hold as everybody else was. I'm sensing right now that he and Lady Lotus had a conversation about this, about like it's not going to get that bad. You know, like there are guardrails, there are restrictions, but I don't know how they believe that with 2025 being written down, you know. However, I guess they were expecting, you know, as the Lotus Queen refers to, they weren't expecting people to capitulate that bad, right? That is true. One, we just had the full moon, right? And the full moon is about this full moon in Gemini. Oh, shit, that too. Because he came out and he spoke out against the regime. He did just come out this week and spoke out against the regime around full moon time, where he said, again to the military, but to the people also, he said, y'all need to fight. It's like, this is not the time to lay down. You better get up and fight. You better fight. You better fight. You better fight. So, and he was very, very adamant about the word fight. So, let's remember that too. Is right around the full moon time, he came out. Oh, there we go with this blinking. Right around the full moon time, he came out with that. But also, like I said, subconsciously and the illusion, those two things are really sticking out to me. But also, what hidden truths or fears are you avoiding? And this was his fear. This was his fear. Kind of one that he wasn't allowing himself to voice. What's happening was his fear. So let's get into the reading. So keep that in mind. So significating being at the foundation of this reading of like, was that him who's dead? No, it wasn't him who has died in my dream. I do feel like he would follow 47 pretty quickly. But pretty quickly feels a little subjective because I can't figure out if it'd be weeks, months, days. Like, I'm not getting that. I do feel like it might be in 2026 for sure with him too. However, the dream that I had is pretty immediate. So I don't think 47 will see 2026. Entertainment purposes only. I'm just playing with cards, okay? And talking about a dream. So again, the significator is the foundation for 46 are the pages. He's had to learn a lot, even in his 50 years of being in government. We all got a crash course this year. He's had to learn a lot. And one, he's had to learn how to deal with his health. And two, he's had to learn how to deal with the guilt. He has a lot of guilt on his mind, but also he's had to figure out what it is that he can do. One, as a former president, because remember, they had that decorum stuff, like they couldn't interfere. But 44 was like, F that. My kids got to be here. They got to deal with this. I'm going to speak up for them as a dad, you know. And then, you know, like it took him almost a whole year of recovery and whatever to 46. Took him almost a whole year of recovery to finally be well enough to get in front of people to deliver the message he did. And it was very passionate and it was very coherent and none of it was AI. Okay? That part, babies, none of that was AI. All right? That was a real man right there. But the challenge, though, to the things that he's had to learn, also to his own health, also to everything that's here is the fact that he held on to the rules of how things were supposed to be. This is the Six of Cups, and so this is dealing with like the nostalgia. This is how government's supposed to work. If he's been around for 50 years, that means he was also here for Nixon, right? And Nixon seems like a cakewalk right now. Reagan feels like a cakewalk right now. Like all of them feel like we just, doing a two-step compared to the blatant crime mobbery that's happening right now. So that was a challenge, is like believing in these institutions that they would hold, that they would not capitulate, that they would, be standing. And he thought he was passing on a cup, granted, to a little person, a little blonde person, who is wearing an orange dress and donned in a red cap, because he's not even MAGA. He's just a leader who created a cult. Talking about 40. I hate calling him 47, so y'all hear my hesitation when I say 47, because he's not supposed to be, entertainment purposes only. This is not misinformation. This is a personal opinion. Okay. So he's like, he's passing it on, but to a little child, to someone who's not ready and who was never ready to lead. It was as difficult for him as it was for 44 to give it to this man who has no right having access to the nuclear codes or to the bank accounts of America. But you think the institutions would stay in place, and they did not. So the clarifier to that is the Knight of Swords, but the word that really stuck out here was lack of direction for me. I mean, the phrase that stuck out here, again, about that nostalgia, about that innocence, is that he didn't know what he could do. Yeah, they both had to hand it to him. Isn't that crazy? But he didn't know what he could do. There was no precedent for this, y'all. Like, people keep saying, oh, we can't erase whatever happened, or we can't do this, or we can't do that. It's like, you can't tell me what we can't do, because we literally have no precedent for what to do when the president is your actual enemy. We have no precedent for that. So he had no direction. Nobody could tell him what to do. No one could figure out what to do. And the energy that I was feeling during that time is they were pouring over everything. What are our options? And they just didn't really have any. Their last option was a corrupt Supreme Court. That was literally their last option, because the Supreme Court could have issued an injunction, and I think they were told no. So that gets to the past. Because in the past, he was looking for those options. In those past, they were searching and searching and searching to try to find what it was that they could do. And in the past, he worked with a president in the past who was very decisive, but also a leader, who listened to people's, input, but also, took, direction. In the past, he had a good thing. And in the past with himself, they were making progress. Now, mind you, I still maintain they lied about the economy, because the economy has been shit for the people who live under the stock market. So they did lie about that. And then there were a lot of corporations who were putting out fake jobs. They were putting out jobs, and then they were saying, oh, sorry, we're not hiring. And then they'll put it back out. So corporations were doing their shenanigans. And so there was no real employment growth like it should have been, So that was a real thing. However, he had a lot of shit to clean up, y'all. Can you imagine going into that house after that man the first time, where he completely botched a pandemic? So completely. We lost 1 million people and never had a chance to grieve it. Never had a chance to grieve. Because by the end of that year, we were forced to go back to work. Didn't care if we got sick. Nothing. So So they had a lot of decision making to do. They had a lot of, they did have a lot of progress though. I'm not going to lie, they did. It's just you're dealing with a very corrupt system in government, in corporations. They were just so corrupt. Y'all saw how the housing market went. That was corrupt. The rental market went. That was corrupt because you had, and his FBI actually discovered this. People are like, he didn't do anything. He has a long list of things that they actually did. He just never said, hey, look at me. I'm so great. He never put his name on everything, you know? But the FBI was actually investigating into these rental companies. And if you recall, because we had started talking about it on TikTok last summer, they had discovered that these rental companies in Texas were bullying everyone else to raise their rents and charge the same prices. So they were doing rent fixing, and they were actually getting in trouble through the FBI. But it never got to finish because guess what? He had to hand it over to the orange. I won't get mad about you people doing that to us. I just won't. And you hear nothing about the rental agencies anymore. You hear nothing about the housing agency anymore. There was no punishment because somebody came in and erased it all. Anyway, hopefully they just put it on ice instead of just throwing it out. I don't know. Because those rental companies do need to be called to the carpet about that. So the current energy he's stewing in is one thing too. And he feels like he has the same energy kind of that I had been living in, where it's like, don't you people know what I do? Don't you know how great I am? And it's like, no, people don't. That's why you have to tell them. And it's like, he was not that person. He was not the braggadocious person. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't a person who said, look what I do. He was a person who said, look at what my team did. You know, he was that kind of leader. He still is that kind of leader because he's still not going, guess what I did? Whereas you had, like in Kamala's book, she was like, I wish he told people the things that he had accomplished because he accomplished a lot, right? So anyway, um, I don't even like to hear the word messaging because it's such a business move and the government's not a business. But at the same time, it's like, it's the storytelling, not necessarily the messaging, because the messaging is something quippy and something that you just drive home. It's like see, spot, run. And unfortunately, this country is below fifth grade reading comprehension, right? People can read words, they just can't comprehend them. So yeah, for some people, you do need a see, spot, run book. But for people who are intelligent, they need to know what you actually did. And so you don't need to go, we saved homes. No, what else did you do? They need to see the list. You know what I mean? So yeah, we can put a C Spot Run commercial. We should get Gnome's husband to do our ad next time. Ho, 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 you're going home. What? It's funny, not funny. You are absolutely correct. However, the intelligent people needed to know, what did you do? How did you help my life improve? You know, how is this not your fault? Right? The whole thing about chickens and eggs was not a Biden problem. It was literally price gouging. For one, the farms were price gouging. There was a black farmer who came here on TikTok and he was like, y'all know all these birds don't have that flu thing, right? They're just price gouging. And they did. They were price gouging on those eggs because not every damn farm. I'm like, how it spread all over the country? You know, like, how did it spread all over the country when you're the one who has the chickens? You're not getting chickens from other people. These are literally your birds. There's no way it should have spread out. Yeah. But anyway, same thing with the cow stuff. Like, how is it getting to every cow? We got a big ass country, y'all. I don't think if people understand that, but America is quite big. Like, quite big. We don't have the same problems smaller countries have, where, yeah, it would shut down all their things because they're in close proximity and their wind can carry. We don't have those issues. So we have a lot of people who are price gouging. And that's why they're getting their karma too. Like, everyone's getting their karma. So it's not just You get what you deserve, right? You get what you deserve. Now the rest of us though, damn. Why we gotta be in the same team with you? Okay, so that's the energy he's stewing in, is that he had a lack of recognition. Like he's really had people putting damn stickers on a gas tank like, here, I did that. No, child, the gas company did that. You know what it's like, y'all some fucking stupid people. But a lot of people, um, they were grifters too. They got paid. How many influencers on these platforms? I like that actually. They are platforms because a lot of people were put out to rut and strut, and get paid spreading misinformation and disinformation. So yes, platforms. So that, right? So that's the energy he's stewing in, is the fact that all his hard work just got undone. And that's the thing he also learned here is, again, this is the minor arcana death card. This is the Five of Cups. It doesn't mean that he's the one who died in my dream, but what's happened is he's learned that the country he loved is no more. It really isn't. The people are still here, but the country itself has to be rebuilt. And the good thing about death, though, don't feel so sad for it, right? The good thing about death is it is just the beginning. We do get a chance to do this new and do this right. We get a chance to do this from a better foundation, one that is not built on chattel slavery, one that is not built on sexism and oppression. We do get to create something where we don't have to keep adding amendments to say that this human being has a right and this human being has a right. We get to bake that right in from the spine of our new constitution. So we do get a chance to start over. Death is not to be mourned. It is to be celebrated because there's something new coming, right? But he has learned the disappointment in this country, like, ooh, huge. And he has grief over what has taken place. Once you grieve, you got to come back. And you see, once you grieve, you come back at the fight. Stages of grief is, I'm going to be sad in the beginning. Then I'm going to accept what happened. And then I'm going to be mad. And we finna change this. That's, I might have an order out of hand, but you experience it how you experience it. And so then we got all these cards here for outcome. So the initial card for outcome was the Queen of Swords in reverse. And there's this coldness and this bitterness with this. But what I really got from him is that isolation, right? I did get the isolation for him as far as like feeling alone. One, while he has a wife and everything, um, he still went through basically cancer alone. Like, there were still nights where she was asleep and he was still up dealing with this, right? But to clarify on that, I got the Fool card, which is really interesting to me because if I'm looking at this isolation, that's the outcome of, I guess his choices, honestly, right? Because it's weird because this reading was supposed to be, was he the one in the bed at the end of my dream? Was he the one that we were sounding the alarm about having died? And while we got the answer that no, it's not him, it still feels like it was to him. He does, right? He knows he may not live to see all the outcomes. So there is some kind of isolation here, some kind of bitterness towards it. But there was naivety, and he still has some, though. He still has naivety that we can rebuild. And you kind of need that, right? You need the foolishness of hope that we can rebuild. But again, still clarifying that things have come to an end. Things have come to an end. We are in a different cycle, but he's had a really hard time. And I don't think this is too bad, but it's still a bad thing. Where there were missed opportunities, and I think there still are some missed opportunities. Like he can still continue to speak up, so let's see if he continues to do that. But at the same time, he's not going to be here to see the end of this. He's not going to be here to see things get fixed, because I really honestly don't see a length of life for him. I could be wrong, obviously. Um, but he's tired, to be really honest. And it feels like he is ready to go, just not until, like I said, he got some petty energy. I think he'll wait until the orange is gone, and then he'll go. And that's kind of like, it's interesting, because we're getting, like, again, lack of direction. Again, nobody knows where to go. Here's a page again. So this is, again, something he was supposed to be learning. I don't think he's going to get a chance to learn it, which is like where to go, how to, he's not going to see the new beginning, basically. And that's sad. But then we have the Page of Wands here too. And it's kind of the same thing. Blocked creativity. This is creative block. Lack of inspiration. This is lack of direction. So it really does feel like he isn't long for this world, yes. But he's not the one in my dream. Okay? He's not the one in my dream. He will be right behind him, though. He's not. I don't know. That's the answer for that. Let's see the other guy. Let's see the other guy. All right, hold that reading in your head. Is an unexpected cabinet member? No. No. It was definitely someone of importance, not someone under importance. If you get my drift, right? It's definitely a top dog. I know people are saying that they are getting someone is going to is going to pass, but why do you be throwing cards? What am I talking about? I'm trying to see if there's a message to that, but I don't hear anything. Oh my God. And yes, my hair's still not done because I slept all day. Make sure everything is picked up. Okay, no cards. No cards. Oh no. I'm picking up my hair. I gotta use it tomorrow. Okay. And found it. All right. I did have one still down there. Oh, and there's my camera. I could have used that camera for YouTube instead of getting this phone. All right. Okay, let's get a significator for this other guy. You think one of them? I do know, like I said, we do have a couple of them who are going to self-check out as far as the energy was in a reading that we did. Hold on. Do I put the board up or do I? Nah, I'll just stick to it being one reading. Just making sure. Kegs, Barbie, Blondie, or Mikey. I don't know. I'm not feeling any of those. I'm more inclined to say Bradley because his life is over, as far as he knows, you know? And we did that reading already. Okay. That's interesting that these have returned. I haven't yet pulled out a significator for the 40. I'm gonna just call him 45, okay? I can't call him 47. And he shouldn't have been 45 either. I'm gonna just call him 45. But the Page of Pentacles came back out, and then this time the Hermit, and the Hermit is looking for answers. So that's introspection, but also it's looking to shine a light on answers. But these are the first two to fall out, right? And this is that dementia card that we often get. So I'm not sure if that's going to count as him. We'll shuffle and see if this one comes out again. And then we had the Page of Swords, and that was weird because Intellect is not his thing. So let's make sure we get this all nice and shuffled. All right, so now we're going for a significator for 45. I'm not calling him 47. For 45. In reference to my dream. So was it him? Was it him? Was it him? Was it him at the end of my dream? Is he the one we're about to sound the alarm for? Was it him? Was it him? Was it him? The difference in funerals is going to be astounding. All right, so let me get a significator for 45, please. Just, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is in the split is the 5 of Pentacles, which is a big struggle card, which is being on the outside struggle card. And if you notice, it's the lady in red or person in red who's on the outside and hobbling behind is their child, missing a whole leg. I don't know this, but no, not missing the leg. The leg's in the back. I guess it's supposed to be a cast. On the other side of the split, I'm gonna need that board though. On the other side of the split, I thought this would have came up as his significator, but it didn't. But the other side of the split is who a lot of us have typically used as him sometimes, which is the Emperor card. However, the significator chosen for him is the Anxiety card. And if you notice, he's in bed. Isn't that cool? This is like one of the only cards where a person's in bed. The other card is like a 4 of Swords. But he's in bed. And anxiety, nightmares, depression, worry, fear. And one of the things he fears is death. Very solid of a significator. So that is going to be our foundation card. All right, so my dream was the person was in bed at the end and he was passed. So I think that is quite solid of a significator. I'm pretty sure this answers my question as well. But anyway, let's see what the challenge is. The challenge is a similar challenge for him, which is the reverse wheel of fortune. Let's continue to read so that we can just do it all together. So what's in the past? That's a lot of cards, please. Please reduce the number of cards. What's in the past? Do I keep it this way? Yes. Okay. What's in the past? King of Cups in the past. All right. What energy is he stewing in right now? What's the energy he's stewing in right now? That's a lot of cards. Please give me just one. What's the energy he's stewing in right now? Did I flip it? No. Okay. It's a lot of cards. Just give me one. Oh. It's a lot of cards. A lot of cards. It makes sense, but give me one that really represents the energy he's stewing in. What's the energy over him in relations to my dream? All right. Okay, I'll take 2. All right, so we have the Judgment card in reverse, and then we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. So those are our current energy cards. Let's see, to learn. What is he to learn? It's him, y'all. Y'all see that card? It's him. This is the Tower. And right underneath again, his energy. It's him. Outcome, please. Shit. Is that the outcome? Okay, I'm gonna set those to the side. I got the king, I got the 5 of Swords in reverse. And then I got the King of Wands in reverse. Can you clarify? And then I got the 5 of Cups, the Minor Arcana Death card, and a celebration. It's him. I'm getting goosebumps. It's him. It's him. My dream was about him. All right. Let's look at it. Yeah, that's pretty definite, right? That is so definite. And you know, 10s are completion cards and 5s are struggle cards, and he has king cards. He has 2 kings in here. Y'all, it was him. That dream is about him. Okay. So, significator. Again, at the foundation of whether or not it was him in my dream in bed, we literally got the significator card of him being in bed. So, this has definitely been, I would say, his last few months of life right now is the anxiety, is the fear of dying and whatnot. As I said, I don't believe we have seen him for months now. So it's a lot of AI, it's a lot of CIA stuff. It's for entertainment and information only. I really do not believe we've seen him at all, really, at all, over the last few months. So I've always gotten that he was quite incapacitated, and this feels like he's been stuck in bed for a while. So yes, the challenge to basically him leaving or going or whatever is the fact that it is coming to a close. He is at the end of his life cycle, but he doesn't want to be. He's resistant to that change. He was resistant or afraid of death. And there were a lot of missed opportunities, right? I won't say he had an opportunity to be better, because that's not one he would have taken in the first place. But the missed opportunities are basically he didn't get to enjoy anything. You know, he spent a life trying to get back whatever he had in the 30s, in his 30s or 40s, even 50s. But the rest of his life was just being a has-been, who was really good at grifting. In the past, though, I'm okay. In the past, it says emotional manipulation, moodiness, emotional detachment. It's a hard one for me to say is the past, unless he is past. You get what I mean? So, yeah, this is actually who he is currently, if he's alive. If he's not alive anymore, then yeah, that was the past, because he has been emotionally manipulating all this time. However, I just got also that this was his father, who really wasn't his father, by the way. You know, I guess the world will never know that. But this is also that dad thing, the person he could not please. He could not please that man for anything. And I guess if he knew that wasn't his father, then he would have realized he never would have been able to please that man. But anyway, again, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, but anybody with 2 eyes could see that was not his daddy. Anybody with 2 eyes could see that he was a little bit on the outside of the rest of the family, as far as biological DNA stuff. Anyway, I feel like there should have been a Maury test, but whatever. His dad was alive. They could have did a Maury test. They could have tried to see if he was 99.99%. Who knows? Maybe his dad did it in secret. Current energy that he's stewing in is, on one hand, it's the people who walked away from him, his MAGA people. You see that guy dressed in red? He walked away. But in the reverse for him, this is about fear. And again, even though the fears they've been letting out, like, oh, I don't think I'll make it into heaven. Even though that wasn't him, because that was AI, it still was him, because I'm sure he voiced it and they put it into his AI. So he was afraid of that. And it's interesting. It says current energy is unable to move forward. Well, guess what? If he actually is passed already, he is unable to move forward. And the crazy thing is, we would not even know if he has. They will not tell us until they have to, until they finish or complete whatever they need to do. When I have my dreams, they are pretty much immediate. I don't know. I'm debating. I'm thinking I might do it with Nyx. I'm not sure. To try to see if he is already gone. I kind of think he is, though. Because the way these cards are coming out, it all feels like he's already done. But if it's not, then it's very soon. I mean, like, very soon. Because again, if the current energy is unable to move forward, the current energy is feeling stuck, and then the current energy is fear of change, resistance to transformation. It's the fear of judgment, because y'all see this is a judgment card. This is the second major arcana to come up. This could be life review stuff right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, if he's not fully gone, he's knocking on the door. Allegedly. Except, what did he learn? It's over. I think he's gone. Like I said, if he's not, he's right there. Chaos, upheaval, revelation, sudden change. I think he's gone. You got it? You got that he's gone? I got a clear message while chopping celery for soup saying he's gone. Clear as day, about 2 p.m. And I just had this dream around 3-4. I think he's gone. And I'm 3-4. Wait, what time zone are you? I'm really interested in hearing what time zone you're in, because I'm East Coast. Okay. So yeah, about that time, I had that dream between 3:14 and like 3:24 or 3:30, because I know I was I was recording the video by 3:30, 3:29. So sometime between 3:14, when my son woke me up, I think I stayed up maybe another minute to talk to him. Like, yeah, oh my God, it was fast. So like 3:15 to like 3:25, 10 minutes, I had a complete dream about not celebrating, but announcing that he was gone. And the person who was supposed to announce was knitting or doing something, like making something, instead of doing the announcement. And so I took the wand and did the announcement. So I think he's gone. So again, we get to the outcome here. And the outcome is 2 outcomes that came up. And again, a struggle card and people walking away. So this is almost like a ghost moment. You know what I mean? Oh gosh, so many goosebumps. It's like people walking away from him, nobody seeing him anymore, like that kind of stuff, you know? Uh, but the words here are acceptance of loss. So it's like passing, like going over. Um, letting go of grudges, being humble, seeking peace. I gotta sneeze. Sorry, I'm trying to sneeze. It's not coming. All right, so like I say, fives are struggle cards. But for him to accept the loss, for him to let go of a grudge, for him to be humble, for him to seek peace, he's transitioned or so fast into the transition. I do not want to be visited by him. No, I don't. Like, I don't. Please don't. Please don't come. Please don't come. So like I said, these two came out exactly at the same time. So the King of Wands though is lack of vision, lack of leadership, overbearing, arrogance, impulsiveness. But he's upside down. And that's exactly how he would be. Is upside down. And he's completely dressed in red and orange. So this is that man, right? And he was creative. And that's the thing. He could have pursued a creative life instead of one that was just creative lies. He was into the arts. He was into those type of things. But the kind of father he grew up under would have seen creative as a weakness. And so instead of being who he really was, he was this dude that caused a lot of chaos. Okay. So, but that king is upside down, like Mussolini. Was it Mussolini or was it Stalin? One of them. Upside down. So then also adding to that, for clarification reasons, I got the Minor Arcana Death card. His cups are spilled. And then I got Celebration. Because what would be the outcome of him leaving? Go with God, Crispy. Okay, so was it him that I dreamt of? Yes. Yes, it was. That's crazy. And you know what's really interesting? 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, 4 cups. 4 cups. 3 major arcana. 2 swords. And the swords are part of his outcome and who he is and the anxiety, the foundation of him. And it doesn't get any more clear than this reading. It doesn't get any more clear. That was him. He's in my dream. He is, if he's not already gone, he is at the door. That's a good ass question. I don't know how to figure out that answer other than going into a channel. When will we know publicly? Who the hell knows? Maybe they'll try to give him a Christmas death, Like, look, like Jesus, he died on Christmas. Wait, Jesus was born on Christmas. Well, not really, but when would we know? I don't know, princess. We can find out, though, if you want to choose from this thing. If you want to choose from the list. I don't just read from my chat. Realistically, how long could they hide it? Until somebody finds out. Seriously, realistically. Until they are perfectly ready to position Shady. And Shady's been getting ready. So, and they're having a disagreement about that right now. This is the 3 of Pentacles, and that's the key word here, is disagreement, lack of communication, incompetence. So how long can we go? This. it could be a while before we find out. It absolutely could be a while before we find out that man is gone. They are too busy grifting. They are too busy trying to get as much money as they possibly can. That's why one of the children just got a contract with the government. Like, why all of a sudden he's getting a contract with the government? They got us suspended. Who knows how long they're going to do it? I have no idea. But it will come out. And it's going to come out, I think, before they're even ready. So this right here, it feels like the angel of death on one hand, but it also feels like a warrior angel that's like, your time is up. We're pouring out your cup. Like, you know what I mean? So, bruh. And those just fell out, Leah. All 4 of those cards just fell out. And I was like, okay, they answered the question. So yeah, they're going to try to keep us in suspense with it for a while. I don't know how long they're going to do it. It's so weird. All 3 of these cards at the end are even cards, except the first one. The first one was a 3, but then it's a 10, 12, 14 patterns. 10, 12, 14. What are you trying to tell me then? 10, 12, 14. Fire cards are fast. Water cards can be fast. It's only earth that's slow. And so the first 2 cards are earth cards. So it's like, while they're trying to figure this shit out and get as much money as they can, they're going to drag it. They're going to drag it. However, once somebody finds out, especially because it really is going to be so hard to get everybody on the same page because they're all there with their own agendas. But let the media find out, right? I gotta see what Fox had posted. I just heard that Fox let out some bad stuff about them, and I told y'all it was gonna happen. People were like, no, Fox still is talking. I was like, give it a second, because I already told you there's a media hit, right? But it's not only a media hit; it's to get you guys ready for the fact that he's not here anymore. So we got to stop saying he's amazing and start saying he's not. And they're just doing it very slowly. Well, actually, they're going quicker than they were before. But okay, so where do we want to take this reading now? Because I feel like, let's go to the media. I want to do a reading on the energy of the media. Let's see if they're going to actually say something. Say something, I'm getting over you. Okay, thank you. Wait, that's a good song. It actually fits. Yeah, so we're going to take it to the media. Let's do a media energy read. And by media, I'm really only talking about Bezos Media and Murdoch's media. Now, Murdoch owns Fox, the Fox News channel. He owns a lot. Fox News channel, I think he owns, what's that? Not the Washington Post, the other one. I always forget what the other one's called. What's the other one's called? Washington Post. The other one that's leaking this news. Wall Street Journal. Thank you. Wall Street Journal. So yeah. So they have the Wall Street Journal that those 2 that they own. Bezos owns Washington Post. And then Murdoch owns, I think he owns the Wall Street Journal. And so those 2 are laying on the attack when it comes down to the Navy boat thing. So that's just really interesting. Hey, Candy. Candy, you just missed the reading we did. Oh my God. That reading was wild. It was so good. But it's going to be up on YouTube. You'll be able to see it because the YouTube is currently streaming now. And it was towards, I don't know, like 30 minutes in or something. All right, let's get to the media. I want to look at the media as far as Bezos and Murdoch. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, that flew out. The Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is usually about, it's so funny, I'm talking about two men here. Two very intelligent men, by the way. And swords are intelligence. But I'm talking about these two men, oh gosh, who have been keeping all information from us, right? But it says here, indecision, stalemate, avoiding confrontation, refusing to make decisions, inner turmoil. So I actually don't feel, oh, interesting, because underlying here is the Six of Cups in reverse again, which is stagnation, emotional baggage, and inability to move on. So what are you saying? Because it doesn't feel like they're having a refusal to make decisions. It feels like they're making a decision. They're letting this information out. Oh, okay. So how much and how intense of information? Oh, Candy, you didn't know I had a dream, girl? Oh yeah, that's the dream we were talking about. We did a reading about the dream. The dream where I dreamt the dream. Where I dreamt that somebody, big dog, died, and we were trying to figure out which one was which. Well, the dream, the reading just explained it. The reading just explained it was 45. I can't call him 47. Look at that. It's new beginnings time as we talk about this dream. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she said she got about 2:30 or something while she was just, when you're doing like mindless activities, your brain just be receiving messages, And so she said she was cutting celery and boom, got it. So my dream is that 45 is gone. Oh, Jesus, the goosies. Verification and validation. Goosies. Yeah, he's gone. I don't think he's still here. We'll put that for our next question in a little bit. The next question probably won't be on the YouTube channel simply because y'all can't see. I have my camera for the YouTube above you guys here on TikTok, so they're not going to be able to see Nick's. Look, this was our thing about him. So I think we're right. I think he's gone. I don't even know if I need to ask Nick's. This was his significator card in our reading. The Nine of... why did you want me to see that? Knight of Swords is about fast action. Fast action, determination, decisiveness, assertiveness, and who else? You guys. I know you don't see this. Y'all saw them cards throw themselves out. I think this is about that. Okay. That makes a lot of decisions. I mean, a lot of sense. And notice they were all swords. It was the Two of Swords, it's Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And then it ends with the Devil. Yeah, so I think the media has decided to expose the devil while also being the devil. All right, let's break it down even better. The media, Washington Post, and damn, I just figured it out again. I forgot. They are deliberately making sure that you see how terrible he looks, how terrible he acts. They're doing that on purpose because his health had quickly faded. And if my dream was correct, if y'all's intuition and the messages you received were correct, yesterday was his last day on earth on this side. And I'm getting goosebumps again. I think he passed yesterday. I think he passed yesterday. But we won't know because they've been doing AI and other kind of trickery. The Emperor, this is his card. This is his significator. I think he passed. Yeah, I think he already passed yesterday. Okay, let's see. Media. Let's talk about Bezos and Murdoch's decision to paint this man in a weaker state. They're letting us see everything. So what's at the foundation of their actions? What are at the foundation of their actions? You know, Bezos used to be scared of him, so I know that there's something there. Listen. Let's see. Bezos and Murdoch. Who owns CNN? Oh my gosh. Y'all will never guess what exposed themselves to me. Him again. The world says completion and strength. The strength card, the weakness. This tells a story. They are doing it because that man is gone. Gone. I don't know how much clearer this gets. He's gone. Now we have to see how they move. We have to see how they act. We have to see what else they're going to do. Because he's gone. This is crazy. Thank y'all for liking this video. Thank y'all for sharing this video. I really appreciate it. Like, I really, really, really do appreciate the energy that you share with me. All right. So again, oh shoot, I forgot. All three of those cards were at the foundation. I gotta put them back. They were at the foundation of the reading. Hold on. I'm like, that's what I was pulling out, a foundation card. Dang it. Dead and gone. Now you got the song in my head. Dead and gone. Gosh, dead and gone. So it was the devil. It was, oh my gosh, what was it? World card. What else was it? It was the devil, the world card, and the emperor. What else was it? You think they'll throw in the double for now? Oh, child. I don't have a moderator in here. I would really appreciate it if somebody could moderate, because I don't have time to do both. Okay. Do y'all remember what the other card was? It was the Emperor. It was the Devil, the World card. I can't remember. It's like, it's weird, because it's like while I'm reading, I can't remember what I read. Oh, Strength. There's Strength. The Strength in reverse and the World card. Okay, so that is the foundation of what they're doing. So we are right that they are doing this because he was coming to an end. He was weak. He was getting ready to die. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly why they're doing the media hits. I'm sorry, what did y'all say? ignore some stuff. Okay, thank you, Leah. I forgot that you had one. Okay. All right. Let's look at the challenge. So what has been the challenge to them then, if that's the foundation of where they are? Hello. I don't know if I can see chats on YouTube. I don't think I can. I don't know. How do you find those? If you're chatting on YouTube, I don't know how. Okay, so challenge. Ooh. What is the challenge to them releasing this information? What is the challenge to their intent of releasing the information? What's the challenge? What's the challenge? Okay, another major arcana. The challenge to it is how quickly things are ending, how quickly this cycle is coming to a close. That's 4 straight major arcana, by the way, y'all. Wow. 4 straight. I've never had a reading that did that. Okay. So, and again, underlying energy for that is the greed of the merchants, the greed of the corporations. So this is part of the challenge as well, is I guess navigating the space of ensuring that these people don't take a hit while they are painting this guy as weak or what have you. So this has just been really interesting. Let's talk about what's in the past then. Why didn't they say anything in the past? So what's in the past? What's in the past with their media hit? We have the Knight of Pentacles and then the 10 of Cups. So this was in the past, preventing them from being able to, from choosing to show the truth about who this guy is. So the other thing too, as I split the deck when these cards came out, are 2 emotion cards. And so we also have here the Knight of Cups. They were emotionally manipulating us. And then also, this is interesting. It was just a decision they made. It was a decision they made to control what we see, to control how we feel, to control everything. They do own the media, and that's literally what it does. Okay, so what's their current energy now? Like, do they even know this man has passed? Like, what's their current energy? Oh, this spit itself out. Current energy is the truth. That's interesting. How much of the truth, though, are they going to show us? It's the Ace of Swords. So the current energy is the truth. I mean, they are showing us a little bit of the truth, but not all the truth. So are they stirring? Okay, I'm going to have to clarify that later, but not right now. Okay, you got to handle the truth. I don't know if they can, because then they're complicit. You know what I mean? If they finally start telling the truth in full honesty, then they're complicit, because it's like, if you knew this, why didn't you tell us earlier? You know what I mean? They're going to have to manipulate the truth, like the dates. You know, the thing isn't really what do you know? It's really when did you know it, right? That's usually the thing that gets people tripped up, is when did you know it? When were you aware of this information? All right, so let's look then at what they're having to learn. Like, what has been, it's such a weird thing to say what they're learning. What has been, I don't want to say results, because that's going to be outcome. Maybe how have they been impacted, or possibly, it could possibly be about them being honest about why. I don't know. Let's see. What's the, I guess I can say, how have they been impacted, or AKA, what have they learned? How have they been impacted, or what have they learned? Or how will they be impacted? Shit, stop throwing things. Come on, respect my authority. I don't know. He has been threatening them, because remember, like, when Bezos started printing that the tariffs are at the extra price, and he called him immediately. It was like, take that shit down. Like, what? Okay. How have they been impacted? How have they been impacted? What are they learning? How have they been impacted? Please don't throw cards. Just give me the card. How have they been? You know, y'all funny. All right. Let me try that again. You're losing my cards, man. Okay, we please just get one card. Please. Making sure that none of my other cards are in a crevice or something. Okay. Listen, they trying to spit everything out. I'm not trying to hear all that. Like, just give me one card at least that represents the majority of what you got to say. What is the one? What's something they're learning, or how have they been impacted? Have these media? Thank you. One card, pretty much. Thank you. Temperance in another major arcana. Temperance in reverse. Okay, we're going to get to that. And the Fool card underneath as energy, that they had been foolish. Interesting. But, so what's the outcome? What is going to be the outcome of what they're doing? Eight of Cups. People being able to walk away, to move on, to let go. Interesting. All right, let's look at this. Well, hold on. Let's get a clarifier for the temperance lesson. Can you give me the clarifier for how they're being impacted? How are they being impacted? Because I don't understand that part really for them. How are they being impacted? You know, Temperance did say from the 21st to the 20th of December, it was going to be some shit. Y'all remember how much we kept getting that Temperance card, right? Oh, look. The Minor Arcana Death card again. Damn. Okay. So that's, how does that clarify, though, the Temperance card? How does that clarify the Temperance card? Don't regret the past, look around, new opportunities all around you. I guess, maybe. How does that clarify? Oh, that's what they about to learn, though. Ooh. Okay. You gave a lot. Y'all. The stuff they just threw over here in the learning area. All right, that's enough. Okay. So, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. All right. Yeah, the card's got a lot to say. A lot to say. What'd you say? Start being honest about what? I don't know. We'll see. He's been threatening them and no one else can. They want to embarrass him even if it's post-moral. Yeah, but the thing is, they're going to have to be careful about the way they navigate that, right? Because again, they implicate themselves. Like, you're literally going to be letting people know that you stop the truth from coming out, you know? all those cards because so many people that want to do something to embarrass him. It's interesting. It'll be ritual energy drawn when they embarrass him publicly from his. Oh, I don't know what all that is with them. I do not know. I'm not part of no secret society. I'm just the counterbalance to all of that. All right, so again, at the foundation, we have these 3 major arcana about the media companies that Bezos and Murdoch run. And so, as we talked about, like what's at the foundation of them is the fact that they are doing these hits now. They're letting us see him now because he is weak. He is no longer the strong lion. He is being tamed by life. You know, he can't beat life. So he's at his end of life. The devil is at the end of life. Okay, so that's at the foundation of it. That's why they started doing it, is because of this. The challenge to this, though, has been that things are changing rapidly. So they've been having to come out hit after hit after hit after hit to try to make things happen. Like to try to, like I said before when we were reading on this, is to try to prepare people for what's happening. Um, uh, no, feel free to mute people because they needed to be muted. And then in the past, what was it about the past? The past is that they, it's not laziness, right? Okay, so in the upright, this is a knight, right? A knight that has pentacles. So a knight with money. They didn't have any real values, so I'm not going to use that as a values card. But in the past, they were mercenaries. That's basically it. They were at his beck and call. They were working with or for him. So they had mercenary activity. By preventing us from knowing the truth, like, do y'all know what's really happening in this world? Do y'all know that there's a national security report that was just released that is very, very loving on the vodka country and very, very anti against our allies? Did y'all know that they're talking about and if you don't know that, understandable, because these people have been preventing us from having our information. We have been literally manipulated, right? So they were the mercenaries. And so in the upright part of this, why they were doing it, it was not from lack of ambition or progress. That's the part I'm trying to find the real word of what it is. No problem. I'm trying to say the real word of what this is, but he said they would use half the truth to separate themselves from it. Yeah, I can see that. I can believe that. I can definitely see or believe that. Uh it's I'm trying to put the word on it because, like I said, to me it's not laziness. To me it's not procrastination. So it's not like those kind of personal faults. The reason why they didn't let us know this information um is like more sinister than this. It wasn't lack of ambition. Honestly, it just felt like lack of desire to. Like, I don't want you to know he's weak. I'm out here trying to do what I'm trying to do. So I don't know what the appropriate word is for that, but I'm just going to go by lack of desire as opposed to lack of ambition. Like lack of desire. I don't care for you to know that. But the other thing too, the reason why I feel like the celebration card here is in the past is because this man made the money. So he was good for their publications. It was so annoying to hear people say Biden is boring. The news companies miss having something to talk about every day. Y'all, there's so much that happens every day that you get to be talking about. But no, you want to keep focusing on on black boogeymen, it's like eventually that story does get old. How about you say some good news for once? How about you say something that people want to find out? Like tell real stories instead of trying to scare people all the time. But anyway, so he was good for them. So when he won, they celebrated that shit. And they celebrated it. All we got to do is get him $1 million. Okay, cool. We'll just get him $1 million for the inauguration, and then we'll be good. Except, except that loose cannon was, that bull in the shop was hurting everybody. And so then now they're in the energy of truth, which is weird. But I do agree with you, Serafina, about them probably going with a half truth as opposed to a real truth. Because, like I said, we're seeing him slurring, we're seeing him being forgetful, we're seeing him sleeping. And mind you, that's not even the real him. Okay, so these are AI hymns, and we're still getting to see that. And so that's why when I got that hit about they're showing you that because his health is declining rapidly, it just made so much sense. So now they had to show you partial truths, right? They did. They had to show you partial truth because he wasn't actually out of bed. He wasn't out. He wasn't actually out and about. That was an AI thing. So yeah, I'm not addicted to no crisis news. I'm addicted to good news. Like there's this dude on here. What's his name? Zach. Zach be over here taking people who's down on their luck or homeless or got children or their light bills getting cut off or whatever, and he and his community are giving these people like $5,000, $10,000. I'm addicted to that. If I want to cry, I'm gonna watch a Zach video and I will boo-hoo cry because I'm like, there's still good in the world, and that's the thing. What people don't understand is, okay, this is what people do, and I hate what they do. When there's good on the world, they be like, why are you showing this? Why are you recording this? Why are you posting this? We don't want to see this. People are down there in luck. You shouldn't be posting them. I get that on one hand, right? But they get permission to post these people, right? Because a lot of homeless people feel invisible. He helps them be seen. He even gives them hugs. And they hadn't taken a shower in a minute. Okay? They're being seen. They're being treated as a human. And then it's like, y'all ain't got problems with people popping balloons and shit. Like, oh, I don't like him because his eyes are too close. Pop. You love that news. You love to hear that this person's sleeping with this person, sleeping with this person. You love to hear about these unhealthy news. And then you go, there's no good in the world. There's nobody to be trusted. Well, you told the good people to be quiet. And you celebrate and amplify and share and repost the bad. Who's the problem? You know what I mean? Is it the good people or the bad people? Who's the problem? It's the consumer. So I consume good and I amplify the good. Like I try to. And y'all need to make more effort too. And obviously I chastise some people because I just lost 15 people. Okay, so you're addicted to the drug they give you. Change your drug. Like change your addiction. Be addicted to good. Because in this dark world, we need to see more good. We need to have it amplified. And yes, it feels wrong to be showing that you do good things, but if you don't amplify the good, people will always think the world is bad. And there's just so much good out in this world. Just so much. But anyway, so what are they learning? So we sat here in this temperance energy, and again, it feels like honestly, it feels like some supernatural interference, some celestial / divine interference at work here for me anyway. Because the temperance feels like, all right, I'm gonna snatch what's in your cup and pour it out a little bit. Like I gotta balance it a little bit. Y'all have too much. So that feels like that's happening. So what they have been impacted by is his extremism, his imbalance, his disharmony and excess, but also the administration, right? So now it's like you were trying not to report on him, but now you got all these monkeys you know, to be reporting on. You got the one who gets drunk. You got the one who buys planes that ain't got engines. You got the, like, you know, and now it's like, I can't report that. If you don't report it, that's affecting your news because you're not reliable anymore, right? But anyway, so to clarify on that though, is the death card, the minor arcana death card. So how are they being impacted? They spent so much time not telling the truth that now that he was facing death or is now dead, because like I said, I don't think he's here. You gotta hurry up and help us get used to the idea of this guy not being here anymore, because he's gone, right? He's gone. And this is his card in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. He's gone. Or damn near gone, right? So it says control, rigidity, abuse of power. And they did learn basically that these people don't have any gonads. They don't. The only reason they're telling the truth now is because he can't hurt them. These men are the women they thought they, let me not say it. I want to say some really bad words and I'm like, shut up, don't say that. I don't think they'll announce it, Annabelle. Like, I really don't. Because, like, I think it's going to sit on ice for a minute, you know? I don't know when we'll know. And I think that's the debate here. That's the inner turmoil here. Is when can we say he's gone? And it's interesting, this came back up because this was in the energy before we got to reading with him. But he is. There he is again in bed. But it's also keeping them up. You think 3 days? I don't know. I feel they're going to wait a couple weeks. I'm feeling at least a couple weeks. At least a couple weeks. Because they would have to explain how he just suddenly died. But they just signed this guy out of prison, the Honduras guy. You know, like, they have some things in the works that I think is going to have to be complete before they do announce it. That could be true. That or Jack's thing is expected on the 17th, his testimony, but it's closed testimonies, I don't know. And then something else is on the 19th, and then there's some celestial astrological thing on the 19th too, I think, that's supposed to be impactful. Is it the moon or something? That the new moon? I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's that they have to figure out how to emotionally manipulate us, which is what they're doing, by the way, as they're starting to let you see this man sleeping and all that kind of stuff. They are playing with your emotions. But, you know, like I said, they're debating when they will put that news out that he's gone. Yeah, they are going to... I literally think when I said put him on ice, I literally do think that's what they're going to do, is leave him in the morgue or something. But the outcome is... it's going to work, what they're doing. It is going to work. Like, we got this card with his cards too. And that is that MAGA will be walking away. Like, they'll understand he's gone. So it will work. It will work. They're trying to pace it out of when they're going to let us know he's gone. But like I said, I just dreamt yesterday that he's gone. And several people have said they got the impression, the hit that he's gone. I think he's gone. And so the media has been trying to get us prepared for that for over the last couple of weeks. But I think he's done. So it just feels like it's a matter of when will they tell us. And I do think they actually will tell us before the 20th, looking at the Temperance card. Because remember, Temperance card is the one that we've been getting that has been telling all the secrets anyway. Remember, I was like, on the 21st, something's going to be happening because the Temperance card came out and told us that. And so the Temperance card has Sagittarius energy. So it's the 21st of November to the 20th of December. So I think this compacted time is probably by the 20th. We'll find out. So overall, what is the media doing? It's exactly what I said, is that they've been preparing us for his impending death. And I think now that he has crossed, because it doesn't even feel wrong to say that he's crossed, because I dreamt it already. He has crossed. He has crossed, you know, so. Or he's very close to crossing. I do feel he's crossed, though. I feel like he's gone. I feel like he's gone. Let me see if I can get a yes card. Has he gone? Has 45 left the building? I mean, we got that he is the subject of my dream. I just need to see if he has already left the building. Has 45 already left the building? Can we get a yes or a no card? No maybes, please. Yes or no card. This is a yes card. The 8 of Wands. And 8 is completion. Movement, action, rapid change, travel, communication. The universe is sending you a message. Act now. Act fast. I think he's gone. I think he is gone. Underneath is another yes card. That's the Queen of Swords. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. 2 more yes cards that were sitting there. That is Judgment, and that is the 9 of Cups, the selfish merchant. This card was here too. That's a yes card as well. Yes card, yes card, yes card, yes card, yes card. Yeah, I think he's gone. I think he's gone. Oh man, I wonder if they're gonna keep showing us him being out, because it makes sense now with the timing of that peace prize. It's like trying to end him on a good note. But that was AI as well. Okay. Delay. There is going to be a delay. But they are working together. They're working together. So they'll be reporting at the same time, basically. But he's gone, bro. He is gone. Like I said, if he's not already gone, even though I got like 5 yes cards, if he's not already gone, he's like probably gone by the end of this week. But I think he's already gone. Okay. What was next on our list? I think he's gone. Like I can't let that go. I really do think he's like out of here. Which board? Oh, board. Thank you. I forgot to do it for the media. Board! This is for me to know when to cut my video when I edit. All right, board. Okay. What was left? God, there was so much to read on. What else is there? Where's my other Post-it? Is it in my book? What was the other thing? Oh, yeah, gone. If you go to my profile, you see that I had a dream yesterday that I announced his death in the dream, whoever I was. Oh, thank you. 46, 45, immediate for dream. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Let me write that note. Okay. Where did my pen go? I literally just had a pen. Are they rolling off the thing? Okay, so what are we doing next? Because that feels pretty big already. It's like, dang, all right, I can go home. Good night. Whoever called for me to read on my dream, thank you. Was it you, Candy, or I don't know. Does this have ink? Okay. So, y'all, please make sure you help me with my goals. I would truly appreciate it. Oh, then it must have been Leah. I would appreciate it if you guys help me with my goals. Tap it up for me, please. I'm only at 24K. And also, there are goals up there. For anybody who'd like a personal read, this is the menu. You may look through it and choose what type of reading you would like to do. And the way you choose it is by clicking on the icon. And that's how you order your reading. Thank you. Thank you for getting your daily heart, me girl. Make sure you comment so that you can get some points and tell TikTok you are a human being. I really do think there's going to be, when we switch over to the new administrations, because we're going to have a council first, or coalition in between, that it's going to be a really huge thing about them having to verify people, like verified by either ID or something, that people are human beings. I did hear in Australia, I think it was, or some country where they are banning all children. Look, he keeps coming out. They are banning all children from social media. They're like, you can't be on. So that's really interesting. I don't know if something like that is going to come here, but it's going to get to a point where we're going to have to prove we're adult enough to be on social media, like we're real. So yeah, if you guys can make sure you get your daily heart me, and please help with goals, that would be fantastic. I'm giving you my energy as an intuitive. Please reciprocate energy. A thank you would be nice. Okay, so we did Bradley. We did the nuclear thing. We did, let's look at, I was gonna say let's look at Tennessee. But I feel like that would be a moot point to do that. Let's look at the GOP party as a whole. Hey girl, thank you. Real quick, Q, do you want to do your reading this morning after I drop the kids off? That way we can get yours done. Speaking of which, y'all, damn, I forgot to change the thing again. If you go to my profile and then go to the hyperlink on my profile, you will have the ability to book a private reading offline. So it's just me and you. Only while live do I honor the one for 30 minutes. So again, that's right on my profile. Good morning, Cole. Okay. Let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. Woo, woo. Okay. So a lot of you guys don't panic. Just don't panic. The man is gone. So we're just waiting for them to tell us. Doo-doo-doo. That's interesting. I do pray he does not visit me, though. He's not allowed. I was not his fan over here. I won't be his fan over there. Nope. Okay. You know who we never read on? I don't know if I want to read on, though. It was Charlie. We never read Charlie. Please don't tell me any stories or anything of your personal endeavors or whatever in the comments, unless you choose which reading you want to do, because that's when I will share my energy with you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Because, girl, I have goals. I have to figure out how to move. So I'm trying to take care of my goals here. I have less than 30 days to figure out how to move. It sucks ass. All right. Personal problems. And it really sucks because when you have gifts, people are like, don't you just know? Guess what? Gifts aren't for me. They're for you. Like, they're for me to help people. They don't help me. Because, you know, like when you have a gift, one, you got to have trust in your gift, right? I don't have trust in what I say about myself. See, you gotta have some emotional stability. And I don't have that for myself. So it's like if I hear, oh, move to Japan next week, my thinking brain's gonna come in and go, how the hell you gonna move to Japan? Why would you move to Japan? What's there? When you're supposed to be trusting your instincts and trusting the messages you get, because it could be like, move to Japan. And then all of a sudden I win Japan's lotto or whatever they have, and I can make my own movies. What? That'd be awesome. But I would not live in Japan. I'm scared of the Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire. Okay. Thank y'all for lighting it up. I appreciate you. For people who are like new to TikTok or just don't understand how it works, the coins are like a penny, right? So I would love to visit South Korea with my children. They would think I was so cool. The Wi-Fi there is very sketchy. Ah, nah. See, I don't need sketchy Wi-Fi. Somebody was like, move to Africa. I'm like, but like, y'all who be on the West Coast, y'all Wi-Fi be cutting off. I gotta have good Wi-Fi. Yes, I have first world problems. I gotta have good Wi-Fi. Okay, let's get down to business. Who else should we read on? So I have, it's like, what, that man dead? It's like, I don't know who to read on next. And we had so many people. Oh, she always glitches. Oh, oh yeah. Let's go ahead and look at Fancy Pants. I haven't looked at. Well, we did look at him. We looked at him 2 days ago, but I guess they would have told him, right? It's been 12 hours minimum. I don't know when he actually did it. I just know I woke up immediately at 3 something, and then someone on here said they got the feeling around 2 something. So it definitely happened, I think, this afternoon. So he should know by now. We got to watch how they move, y'all. We have to watch how they move. That's going to be really important, how they move. Let's go ahead and let's check in on Vance then. We're going to check on Shady Pants and see what his energy's doing. How are you doing, sir? Okay. If my dream is correct, I want to see how you're doing. I don't like saying if my dream is correct. It's like, I know it is. My dreams always come true. Like the premonition ones. Hopefully not that one about the school shooting. I hope not. Miller, we got, is going to self-check out. Is this for him or did it just fall out? I got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse right now. Lack of focus, procrastination, mediocrity. Well, that does describe him. You know, I was trying to get the significator for him. And mediocrity is a great word for him. Inability to learn, that's a great phrase for him. So is that his energy? Yep. All right. So what's his challenge in this time right now? If he has found out about the passing, what is his, I'm gonna write Mueller down. We'll see. I mean, I don't ever celebrate anyone's self-checkout, but if somebody gotta go, might as well be him. I mean, when you cost people their lives, I'm no judge. Can't let me be the judge. Can't let me be the judge. Listen, if I was on the tribunal, I would be like, since y'all want to act like it's 1930s, we're going to punish like 1930s. So let's build some wooden things with some dangly ropes and see what happens. Maybe that'll help you feel right. Okay. That's so funny. We went from an 8 of Pentacles in reverse to a 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And so the challenge to his energy of right now, having found out what's happened, is that homeboy is impatient. He's very impatient. And it's crazy because This is usually a good card. It's like the things that you paid off, the things you've been working on, the things that you harvest. I mean, the seeds you've planted, they're ready to harvest. But he ain't getting it that way. He has lack of a long-term vision. He didn't plant any good seeds. This boy was stupid as hell for entertainment purposes only. But he was stupid as hell because he made enemies when he didn't need to. Like, he literally just said something else dumb. And I was like, man, shut up. Like, just shut up. Because you're pretty much in. Shut up. But no. No. And it's interesting because the energy underneath for his challenges is deception, confusion, lack of understanding, and hidden agendas. So that makes so much sense. That's the High Priestess, which is a major arcana card. So she's like, that's why. That's why. Okay. So somebody just spit out. Is this for the past or is this still for that? Past. Okay. So in the past, he was taking risks. I mean, running for whatever he ran for, what was it, Senate or something? That was a risk. Signing up under Peter Cottontail, that's a risk. So he had this firebrand energy. He went for things. He wrote the book because he was told to write the book because it would humanize him and do all this kind of stuff. So he was always taking action. He had that wife who was pushing him. Hey, Janice. The wife was pushing him. He was passionate about stuff. Did y'all ever watch his speech about DT before he got with DT when he was a never Trumper? Hey, Denise, if you've ever watched his speech when he was a never Trumper, I was like, I actually like this guy. I was like, where did he go? I actually like this guy. I hear the sincerity in what he's actually saying. And it's not because he was a never Trumper. It's because you literally, if you fine tune your ears, you can hear when people are telling the truth. Because truth sings. It like reverberates through your body. It like, oh, I'm sorry, thank you. Truth is like, it's, I don't know, it's just beautiful. Hold on, I'm going through my goals here. I'm trying to get my gallery filled, so I'm going through my goals. Anyway, thank you. Because, you know, my girl got to figure out how she's living. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sorry, YouTube. I'm simultaneously live streaming, guys. So I have a YouTube above you guys. However, this has been a dangerous position. Thank you so much. Hold on. Well, good thing I didn't start reading. I can cut this part out.